Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
T loved that needle. So
You got to
yeah,
find the right thing, man. Pressure.
yeah. It's as I said, like right now, it's just like today is weeks. It's week 6, and it's just like Tamara and I had a long talk about Christmas
Mm.
because by now we start looking for because we've always had a real Christmas tree, and I brought it up about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I had this old silver Christmas tree, like an old school silver Christmas tree, like back from the '60s, and that's always upstairs. And we just said, because that was one of the things we did is like T and I would always go out with like, as a family we go out and pick the tree, but because T and I were both so tall, we could like do a pretty like we could rifle through trees pretty fast. Because we're looking at and we and I would spin them. He'd like, dead spot in the back, dad. So it was, and the thing was is my wife always wants to make everything. She's like she's a lady. It's like everything's like it's got to be perfect, and it's just like how can you possibly like go under a tent and pick out a tree in 6 minutes? Like, because we got the perfect tree, and every year it would be perfect. Even if it wasn't, we have so many ornaments and everything else, and we got like a bunch of really cool like she's got Swarovski crystal ornaments and all that. So she puts all those on. And me and T get to put all like when he was a kid, he's got a bunch of Marvel ones, and so we have Elvis and different guitars and all this. We just thought about it, and I said, man, I said, to me it would be too painful. And she said, no, I think it'll be okay. Then like I think it was the last night or the night before we were watching TV, and she just looked over. She goes, "I'm with you on the tree." She says, "No." I said, "What if we put the silver one downstairs?" She goes, "Yeah, but that's all his homemade." I said, "Yeah, like that's the ones like where they took the popsicle sticks and make like a reindeer when they're little kids, and that has all those on it." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Let's just do that. Let's just put that up." And because it's I still want a tree because I like just tonight at nighttime just to have the lights on a tree is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
said, but to go through the whole uh, process and him not be here, I said, it's just there's no way I could do it. So
Yeah. I don't think I blame you, but
yeah,
it is a discussion, right? Because it's like the ornaments and all the things you talked about. That's a part of him too. Like,
right.
do you want to leave it in a box, or do you at least want it there? And I'm saying that rhetorically because I don't know. I'm not
Well,
saying that
yeah,
rhetorically because I don't know what I would do.
especially when you've got my first Christmas up into last like he got an ornament every year, so he would now have 26 ornaments that are going to go on the and they're all Swarovski. It's just like yeah, I'm sure there'll be a jump ball to put my first Christmas that ornament on the fucking tree. It's like nah. I said I don't want to do that. So now I'm thinking maybe we should just head down to the Keys for a couple of days.
I was gonna say, in the times I've talked to you after, you know, a few weeks afterwards, I said, do you have any desire to just get away for a little bit, just to wipe the slate clean? And I in no way mean wipe memories away, but you're walking through, you're walking in someone's literal footsteps every
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
and getting a week away from that might, I don't know.
yeah. And it's weird, because there's so many places that we love to go to that are all places that we never did anything that it wasn't the three of us, except Disney. Like my wife always goes to Disney with my son. I've never. I remember one time I went like back in our heyday, and that's back when people had the video cameras that were the size of a fucking suitcase, And I turned around and there's 18 people walking behind me with these cameras,
Yeah.
and it was like, and it traumatized T. He was just like, what are these people? I remember one time when we lived in Arizona and we got into a mall and these people just stormed me, and I put my son up on my shoulders just to get him away from the people. And he said he remembers that, like, he used to say, remember we were by that Mexican restaurant? He said, you even kept me on your shoulders going up the escalator. I'm thinking, yeah, it sounds something right that I'd fucking do.
Yeah, but he had that thing about crowded spaces too, right?
He hated it, man.
Yeah.
So it was just so,
Well,
ay, ay, ay.
yeah. The first everything is going to be these
Yeah,
discussions: the first Christmas, the first
yeah.
birthday, the first New Year's.
Well, we just had the first Thanksgiving,
Yeah, you did.
and it was what it was.
You stayed home.
Oh, yeah.
See, I would have had to get the fuck out. I think, particularly on Thanksgiving.
And the thing is, if you go out someplace, you're going to run into somebody that goes, "Oh, I heard." It's like it gets to the point where you've got the grieving thing kind of not in any form. I mean, you're not breaking down, but people see you break down. So you end up now you're going out someplace and you're comforting people. And it's like, that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I just assumed, like Tamara and I we just fucking spend. She goes and does her thing. Like she did Pilates this morning. I think she did acupuncture. Then she was home, and then I didn't work out today because I was too fucking sore, and I just kind of jotted some stuff down for this, and I watched some TV, and then we watched, like, the weather got real shitty down here, like 3 o'clock, like where it looked like there was going to be tornadoes. So I put the Weather Channel on. The next thing I know, it's 5:30, and it's getting ready to come down here, and it's just like I usually I go to the gym and I come home. I don't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sleeping in his bed.
I know.
And it's just like every morning when I wake up, I put my feet exactly where they pulled him off that bed and started his heart. And it's just like every morning I see that vision. I see it 15 times a day in my head. And
But should you maybe get out of there?
no.
I know why you're doing it, and I understand that. But
It's weird.
if you put it on the scale, does it cause more pain?
I think at this point right now, it's like that I couldn't be in more pain. So just like, I don't know. I feel like we didn't wash his blanket, so when I sleep in his bed, I can smell him on the blanket.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Everybody grieves differently. I don't think there's
No, of course.
yeah, and it's just I sleep with a pistol next to my bed, and I haven't had it in my mouth yet, so I'm guessing I'm okay.
I had more than one person in the business reach out to me right after it happened, maybe a couple of days, and say, "Listen, keep a close eye on him." I'm like, well, I said, I don't think he's the type you're talking about. But I said, no. I talked to him. He's handling, as best he can. Tough situation, blah, blah, blah. I had more than one person be like, keep your eye on him. Stay close. Yeah.
Paul called me. Triple H called me, and like his second sentence out of his mouth was, "You're not going to do anything crazy, are you?"
I think people go there right away.
I think they knew how close how much that was my life.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess I'm supposed to ask you then. You're not going to do anything crazy, are you?
I if I do, you'll find out.
I will find.
I mean, fuck. I mean, the last thing I'm going to do is leave my fucking wife alone.
All right, good.
You know, so
That's the right answer.
yeah. You know, I'm still trying to like this. This doesn't hurt. You know, this having something to do on Wednesdays doesn't hurt, especially when it's, you know, like I said, I'd look across and this is something we did. So
Yeah, I think about him every time we go on air.
yeah.
Still, you know, you just need 6 more podcasts in a week.
Well, whatever. I actually talked to Cornette, and we're going to do one. We're going to do one together.
It's just going to last 6 days.
Yeah, it's just
then you'll take a break Wednesday morning, and we'll shoot these.
We're gonna do it like a fucking like a 4x100. We're just gonna hand the baton off and just keep going day to day.
Much like a big wave to a surfer, I'm going to catch that laughter and tell everybody that Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Kevin Nash, Tristan Nash, and Sean Oliver. Producer Steve Kaufman. Graphics by Dominic D'Angelo. Title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson. Theme song by Dale Oliver. Technical research by Tristan Nash. Copyright 2022 Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, we going to do another?
Well, I think tomorrow we're gonna talk a little Starcade.